I ain't do that. I just went on. I'm gonna record because I was drinking. I was sipping on this cup.
You need that mic?
Yes.
Probably, yeah. Alright, live.
Oh man.
Make sure I'm live. Me too, y'all not gotta check.
Oh my gosh. I'm recording. Hi guys. So while she's doing that, like Joy said, hi guys. So while she's doing that, we are doing Mastery Podcast. And we are doing mastery, self-mastery in our romantic relationship. I was trying to read her topic. That's a good topic for today. How do you master yourself in your romantic relationship? And they're gonna play out the video before this, but so you gotta go back and watch that video and then understand them. That's how you supposed to do that. Yeah.
Alright. Now I had to post. You need to watch.
Okay.
Yeah, I said I got my hair done.
Oh my god.
Okay. Come on with the questions, boo.
Okay. Now we're good. Hello, welcome to the All Things Life and Sports podcast with Kylie Summers. I'm your host, Kylie Summers. As y'all can see, we are on my mother's show. We are on my mother's podcast, Mastery, where self-mastery is always the topic. Today we'll be discussing self-mastery and how that plays into our romantic relationships. We all know everybody want to talk about 50-50, gender roles. So if you have if you've mastered yourself or working on yourself, how do you now view those things and view those topics of discussion? Like I said, last one, y'all see it's all things like a sport, but my mom's show is under the KT1 Broadcasting Network. So we will also be live streaming under mine as well.
She got me.
Again, we have Miss Caitlin Green, and then obviously the proprietor of Mastering with Self Mastery. And what did you say proprietor mean?
I forgot yesterday, but go back and look at the other video.
No, she said proprietor means if you have a problem, go to her.
Oh yeah, come to me.
Go to her.
Send me those emails. Please know I'm gonna send it back to you now. I'm gonna cut down your runner. But go ahead.
Let's get into it. So self mastery in regards to our romantic relationship.
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you?
To piggyback off of what I said yesterday, it basically means I feel like working on yourself or continuing your journey while in a relationship, trying to balance being on your journey while being in a relationship, trying to, I guess you could say, separate your time. But yeah, just finding a balance.
So you think it's something you can do or doing while you're in a relationship, still mastering yourself?
Yes, I think you can.
Continue, y'all continue.
We can go into.
I think that it for me, that does play a part, like where you are in your journey. If you are healed from past relationships, I know that some people, they're healing from other things, not so just relationships. That's why I say I feel like, you can still be in a relationship while on your journey. But yeah, if it's a relationship, I say you need to heal definitely from past relationships if you've been in any. If that's your biggest issue, you're hurt, trust issues, all those things can play a major part in how you pick your partner and how you're able to love them. So definitely get healed.
What about you? What is it when you think of self-mastery in romantic relationships? What do you think, or what comes to mind?
Wherever you at in the process of self-mastery is going to show up quick in a relationship. If you ain't been doing the work, they're gonna show up. If you have been doing the work, it's gonna show up because iron sharpens iron. So if you ain't been doing the work, it's gonna be all about self, 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 me. If you've been doing the work, you'll be more considerate. You'll be more compassionate of the person.
Mhm.
You'll be more compromising, not giving up yourself or changing who you are, but you'll be more compassionate of how the other person is.
Mhm.
But self mastery in a relationship means you stick any period in your life, any type of relationship plus romantic, you gonna be doing self mastery because you always should be working on yourself. But romantic relationships gonna push you more towards self mastery because they get to get into you like intimacy. You get to be intimate, and the more you're intimate, the more the person can see who and what you really are. And a lot of people don't want to reveal that or show that. So when they show you who you really are, and you like, oh, why I did that, or why I said that, or whatever, it helps you see what you need to work on while you're on your self mastery process. That's some of my views on it.
So self mastery and romantic relationships, and that is something. Mastering yourself is something that you can do while you're in a relationship.
Oh, definitely. Yes. It's something you must do. And let me add to that. If you keep getting with people that are not working on themselves, just letting anything go, whatever, you'll never develop yourself. If you're on your self mastery journey, you need to get with somebody that's going to help sharpen you. That ain't going to just be your yes man, your no man. Your yes man. Or they ain't gonna just say let you do anything to them or willing to allow and do anything for you, and you don't have to put into the relationship. You'll never grow in your self mastery journey.
Why you don't think so?
Because you'll never grow. You'll never put in the fire. Your temperature is never. You never have to make decisions that make you compromise or make you think about somebody else. It'll always be easy. And you don't grow in easy.
Now, what if one person working on themselves doing self mastery and the other person not?
That's a lot of arguments, a lot of disagreements. If the person that's working on themselves has a little empathy and compassion, it may lessen it a little bit, but eventually it's going to come to where they're going to be knocking head because the person that's doing the work is going to be growing and growing into a different person. And the other person is going to be one and the same person that they've been dealing with, but then they're growing. So they're going to be a different person. Yeah. They look same, but different inside.
Mind, so they're not okay with this or okay with that. Right. Or like, say, for example, self-mastery, because for me, self-mastery, God plays a role in everything I do. So self-mastery, I'm thinking of God and developing in that area too. Say you got one person developing in with God and stuff like that. Like say y'all both probably like this, you know doing stuff before marriage, stuff like that.
So West doing stuff. No, West doing stuff.
You say it.
West doing stuff. No. Why do I have to say
sexual
everything?
Intercourse.
Sexual intercourse. Thank you. We're grown. We have to say these things.
So like, say you might got that, and then one person like, you know what?
I'm growing and developing myself. I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, the other person is going. That's what I thought. It's going to conflict.
Yeah, combustion.
Work.
If the other person is not compassionate, is not empathetic, in this new growth and this new side of this person, no.
Because I was gonna say, because sometimes they say when you're working on yourself, you shouldn't be in a relationship. But then, like you said, on the other side, you're always working on yourself. So how do you know when? How do you know when I'm working on myself to the point where I might not need to talk to nobody right now? How can you differentiate that?
Differentiate. Well, see, listen, you always working on yourself. So you can't stop working on yourself to be in a relationship. because being in that relationship is going to reveal your immaturity or maturity, your dependability, your accountability. It's going to reveal everything about you into me. See what I got going on. It's going to do that. So, and that's just like married people. They have to be one. What we just said. If that person is working on themselves and the other one ain't, conflict. If both of them working on each other, if somebody growing faster and somebody growing slow, they're gonna grow at different time anyway. But they can see the growth, so that probably gonna work. If somebody just ain't doing nothing, mm-mm. I don't care how long it takes, it's not going to work. Because that person gonna end up being a completely different person.
Mm-hmm.
This person gonna want this person gonna want that, and they're not gonna be able to do it because they change.
Mm-hmm.
So do they just divorce?
Yeah, they're gonna be a divorce.
Is that an example of unequally yoked?
That's what I was finna get ready to say before you went there. That's an example of being unequally yoked. In the church, out of church, and then you developing yourself. You ain't got to be in the church, but you developing yourself. You going toward bigger and better thing. You achieving and whatever, and the other person just sitting on the sofa, watching stories every day, drinking whatever. Just look at it. You see what I'm saying? I don't care how good you look, how good you think your body is, or whatever. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
So speaking of, like you said, intimacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what you say, intimacy.
To me, see.
Right. So speaking of that,
Mm-hmm.
self-mastery relationships, right? How does the self-mastery play as far as the intimate aspects of a romantic relationship? Because it's a whole nother conversation too, where you might have one party like sexual feelings and stuff like that. Does that play into self mastery? Like, should you be able to have, like, obviously you should be able to have control over your loins, that's self mastery, self governance. Because like you said, you got to go back and watch the first one, because now you'll see me playing off of that one.
Yeah.
Because you said self governance. So in the self governance, how that play in intimacy when you in a relationship with somebody?
What you mean? How that play? You talking about physical sex? Or what you?
Yeah.
So I mean, what is the question? If you in a relationship, it's going to be sex.
But
if you're in a romantic relationship, there's going to be sex. So what's the question?
Like with that, right? But
Yeah.
say with self mastery or self governance,
Okay.
is it wrong for one person to want to probably do it more than the other, or like, you know what I mean?
And see, this is my thing with that. Conversations have to be had prior to agreeing to be in a relationship with somebody, because type of stuff like this happen. And let me use a woman and a man. Let me use a woman that's a virgin and a man that's not a virgin, but they coming together in the church. Now the woman don't know nothing about sex. Now she done Google, folk done talked about it, she done seen it with him. The man been out there, he know. So when they come together, he expecting what he has had. She green, she don't know. No, but I'm serious. She don't. She can look and see what to do and how to do, but she's never done it. So is it her fault that she's never done it? Is it his fault for wanting what he wants? No. It's just they got to come together, have these conversations, have a lot of conversations, and give each other grace to be able to figure out what each other need and what each other need from each other if they're gonna be in that type of relationship. Because you going to and then what I be trying to tell married women in church right now, sitting on the pew, talking about when their husband get home, they don't want to have sex. However, you married him. You married him and you took him off out of the dating pool where he was getting sick. Now he with you and you don't want to get no sick, but you want him to stay home and be married with you. That ain't gonna work. Then you say, I'm praying, I'm fast. That don't work neither. So to me, in my mind, it should be a lot of conversation had before you marry somebody. I've been married twice. You should have conversation after conversation. What is expected? Because if you get in a relationship with somebody and they want a lot of sex and y'all have not had the conversation and you don't like sex, it ain't gonna work. That person might think after a while you using them, you taking too much of me. You want something from me, I just can't give you. I don't have it. Or they just may lay there and it's not enjoyable. So eventually it's not gonna work. It's a lot of conversation that need to be had in the beginning of a relationship. Any relationship, business relationship, friendship relationship, I think it's you need to put it on the table. What is this supposed to be?
People don't do that.
I wrote a book about it.
People be nervous to say in the beginning up front.
Well, you need a mediator. Inbox me. I mediate you in there.
What's your thoughts on that? Because some people do be they be like, I don't want to seem like no God, or I don't want to seem like no hoe just saying, but
you gotta
let them know up front what is it.
Because think about it. If we're talking about marriage, relationship, when you marry, you in that. You see what I'm saying? You in there. You supposed to get it from that person. They supposed to get it from you. So now, if you don't get it and you step outside the house, now you're wrong. But you were supposed to give it to me. So that's how people be thinking. But okay.
I'm sorry. What's your thought on that?
I mean, I feel like to piggyback off of what your mom is saying, you do need to have that conversation. A conversation is always the first step. That's what anything you do when you first get into anything. When before you sign your contract, what you do have a conversation. So anything needs to be always need to have a conversation. I also feel like for some people, the conversation now is, what if we're tired? What if it's been a long day? And I agree with your mom. Like, that's a conversation that needs to be had. And once you have that conversation with both parties, if somebody's new coming into it, give them grace. They trying to get used to it, whatever the case may be. Even if that's another thing with a lot of us women coming into these relationships, we haven't been treated right. We haven't been loved right. And in those moments when we weren't loved right, we were thinking, "Oh, ain't nobody else gonna love us. They're not gonna treat us right." And when we get into that moment, it's gonna be the same thing. Sex is gonna be the same thing. But we as those women, we have to get it together. We gotta heal, and we gotta remember, not every person gonna do us like that. Yeah, not every person gonna do us like that. That's where that self mastery comes in to play. They have to know that everybody's not gonna do them like that, and this sexual experience could be a lot different than that sexual experience. But I just think that healing, women, healing. Healing, that is the major word that's the word of the day, healing. In order to take those steps, you gotta heal from whatever you got going, and you gotta remember that things will be different in every situation. It's not always gonna be the same. But yeah.
I'm glad you said that, because to piggyback off of that, part of your mastery in the journey is helping women who have been sexually assaulted. I mean, I don't know if I said that. Essay, or
essay.
So how does that gonna affect how you are? That's why I said this. It's mastery, self mastery. So kind of going to that, because that's really one of your main things that you want to help women with. How do you go about mastering yourself to heal from that? Because that plays a role as well.
So when you've been essay, I have a whole program on my website called Molested to Mastery. And that's what started the word mastery for me. Is because I couldn't move forward. Even in my second marriage, I couldn't move forward in certain aspects of sexual stuff because I had to heal from being molested. And I was molested by my female cousin first, around about 5 to 7 years old. Then two male cousins. Then some older people. Then another male cousin. So it's easy for me to talk about because I've been there. I understand and I know what's going on mentally. And if you don't heal, you're gonna stay in pattern. You're gonna stay in the pattern of thinking something is wrong with sex, something is wrong with me. Why they keep coming to me, and that is what needs to be healed, especially if you marry. And if you married to a man and you have to deal with sex and you was molested by a man. If you was molested by a woman and you married to a woman, you got to heal that because you coming in contact with it every day. Every day, even if you don't have sex every day you're gonna be clench up. Like when they come around. Or you gonna hurry up and go to bed, or you wanna go to bed late because of certain stuff like that. When you can just have a conversation, go through a healing process, meditate it out, pray, and do better and enjoy sex. So that's what Molested to Mastery is about. It's on my website. It's already up there ready. I already did no video. I don't like to go in it, but I don't know. Sherlanda Faye, www.sherlandafaye.com. I don't know the link, man. There's a link. The technical stuff, every technical side.
How does that give somebody the right to step out?
Nope. Nothing give you the right to step out. If you say rights, you're talking about rights.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Like,
nothing.
Would they be justified in stepping out if they not getting?
Nothing gives you the right to step out if you're in a marriage. Now, if you're not in a marriage, I don't know. That ain't on me. I'm talking about marriage. If you're in a marriage, when you say I do mean you. You the one gonna give me sex. Now, if you ain't in no that, if you ain't made those type of, see, I do mean we done made commitments together. We building this, we doing this. I can't depend on nobody else. I got to depend on you. You can't depend on nobody else. I got to depend on you. It's a this. That's why I said it like that. It's a commitment, a covenant. What you doing now?
Your website not pulling up, dude.
Oh well, I reckon I see that. I go back and tell you.
What it is, SherlandaFaye.com.
What? How about it?
No. Yeah,
no, it's paid to 2026. I'm gonna check that.
I want to look off.
I paid to 2026.
We'll come in and put it.
Yeah, it's www.sherlandafaye.com. But it paid 2026. Now I'm gonna check that out. Cause weeks done got over on me. You know how you can do the thing and pay a couple of years ahead. I did. That's what I did. They ain't got over on me.
I'm trying to go put the link in there.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah,
don't worry about it. But like,
so if you want Melissa to message inbox this right here, and I get to you do this right here until I get my website again. How about it? Inbox me on the wherever the video at, and wherever that video at, and I send it to your email, send it to your WhatsApp, and until I figure out what's up with that.
But yeah, we're gonna get it figured out. So you said no, it don't give you the right to step out.
Nothing gives you the right to step out if you're in a marriage, because in a marriage you've said those vows, you made that commitment. Now in a relationship, you might ain't said that. I don't know what you just said. Yeah, but I do want to say something like this about this right here. I heard a young Lavez say as she get older, she can understand why. No, she'll be open to a man being in a relationship with a man and he having a younger woman.
What?
Like she'll like in a 3-way or 4-way relationship. But you know what? As I get older, I understand because I don't have to have sex with you every day. I ain't got to see you if I don't want to.
Well, you know you ain't okay with that.
Girl, I'm thinking about that more and more. Do you hear me? Because guess what? Because I might not want to be with you every time.
So y'all ain't gonna be married then.
No, it's a marriage. That's what she said. But then you think about, and then I heard another older woman say, AJ from House Party.
Why you give me this?
I heard okay, but I heard another woman say, older, like 50s, she's not 50s. She said she's in a lot of relationships with men, but that doesn't mean she's sexual. Sexual because one man they enjoy working out together, another man enjoys traveling together, another man enjoys, the cookouts or whatever together. So it's stuff like it's lifestyle, as she said. When she go to this country, she, and she traveling, she doing all that. No, that it make a lot of sense to me now. At 47, it do. Now, when I was younger, oh no. Now, baby, now I'm thinking about that. But then I look at it. That's what queens do. That's what Queen Sheba did.
What she did?
Came over there and got pregnant by Solomon. And that's Ethiopia.
I wish she would have gave me these clips earlier, y'all, so I could have pulled them and put them on here.
Don't worry about it.
See, as your producer, you gotta give me this information.
Oh, don't come for me. Don't come for me on the recorder system.
She gotta give me the
No. Oh, well, I didn't know that. But get what? As I get older, I don't know, honey, cause and then the longer that I am, I'm choosing to be single. But the longer that I do, I'm more in my vibe, you feel me?
Mm-hmm. What you think?
Glorious.
You think people should be able to step out?
No.
If they're not getting.
No.
So how you fix it? Do you just break up with that person or divorce that person?
You mean what you mean? What do you get? What you getting?
Sex, like intimacy, sex. If one party is like want it a lot and the other don't, and this person not getting what they need, but you can't step out. So how do you solve it?
If y'all come to the table and have that conversation, and both parties are willing to work on it and work it out, then work it out. But if ain't nobody gonna work it out, then yeah, you gonna have that not gonna work. I'm gonna tell you to God, no, it ain't gonna work. Cause this person wants sex and this person don't. They ain't gonna work. That happened to me in one of my situations. I ain't gonna say if it was a whatever was, but that happened to me in one of my situations. And you know that it happened to me in one of my situations. And I asked the man, I said, "Can we do this without having sex?" He said, "No." Because I did not desire sex no more with that person. But they couldn't be in a situation with me without sex. I mean, because it was a dude.
Men are men.
Mm-hmm. But I'm just putting that out there. They go to self-mastery,
yeah, but in my mind, I was just saying, I like the friendship, all that cool. I just didn't want the sex. The reason why I want the sex is because I didn't enjoy the sex. And that's another topic. Ladies, stop. Which I said, gaslight. Stop gaslighting men. I'm talking about it feel good. If it don't, it don't. Stop lying and be honest and tell these men I am not enjoying this. They got to come. They got to. They
pride.
They'll be out. They gonna have to be out there. Ain't right.
They can't handle that.
They gonna have to be all right. Cause I can't handle not having no orgasm. I can't handle not having no orgasm, and you having one every time. And I'm sitting here looking up at the ceiling. No,
eyes crossed.
And then you looking up at the ceiling. Now you get to the point why I even want to do it. I don't even want to do it. That was the situation with me. Don't even want to do it. That's what I say. So stop saying it's enjoyable when it's not. Say, let's go to the sex though. Can we get this? Can we get some men? And they are very egoish about their sex life. But if they are not doing what they need to do, stop saying they when they ain't. Cause I'm gonna tell you straight up now.
What you think about that gaslight?
I'm sorry.
Gaslight.
Ooh,
and then men, and for the men, stop saying what you gonna do and you gonna do this and you gonna do that. And you gonna fry it up and flip it and rip down. You can't. You got 1, 2, and through.
Oh.
Stop lying to these women.
They don't do what they say they're gonna do.
Women are tired of being let down sexually.
Ooh.
If you know you can't
This the
hang,
one.
say that.
That's the one.
Be honest. Say, listen, I got 2,
Yeah.
1, 2, and through. And
'Cause they just
just
be
not what
lying.
you
What Kevin
be honest. Just be honest.
What Kevin Hart say?
What is it?
He got that the Wednesday, what do you call it? The Wednesday.
What that mean?
He can give you good on Wednesday. That's it. After that, he can't continuously go.
Well, just meet me on Wednesday.
That's what he say.
Don't meet me on the other day.
Tell his wife. She say she want the Wednesday. That's the only day he can get.
Well, yeah, just meet me on Wednesday. Don't meet me on no Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday.
You ain't never heard him
no,
say that?
I ain't never heard that.
I'm glad.
No, don't meet me on that other day.
That would upset me.
This is the thing. If you nothing, I should be nothing. And it's not the case with a lot of women. They quiet and they lay there frustrated, mad at the Lord because they stuck.
It's
they
the bragging.
Because they married.
That is the bragging.
And then, yeah, that's why I said, men, stop lying. You know.
Bragging throws
you know you can't handle these things.
The bragging.
You know.
Ooh.
So just be honest with the women and stop lying. That's all I'm saying. Women tired of being let down sexually.
But hey, some men can counterpoint and say a lot of women just like the lady. They say y'all don't die. They be like y'all don't spice it up.
You know what?
Do all the work.
Hey, glory! I got you. Jesus. Well, clean my language up. Clean my language up. Clean.
That's what they be saying.
Cause this the thing right here. If you know you 1, 2, and through. What is we doing all this foreplay for when I'm just gonna be sitting here not nothing?
Wasting time.
You nothing. Boom boom. Oh, so I'm just gonna sit down and be all this foreplay, all this playing and all this and no nut. Do you know how frustrating that is? That's frustrating.
No, they say like they tell like position. They say
no.
They say a lot of.
That's what I'm saying.
They say a
position.
lot of women, all y'all do is just lay down like this.
You know why
y'all can't.
You know why she laying down like that? Cause she know she wasting her. See, I can't talk like I want to talk. Cause she's wasting her MFing time. Cause she know you got 1, 2, and through. Why we doing all this foreplay?
Yeah. Why do all that work? Why do all that work? Me and you just gonna be done in 2 seconds.
They saying why should the woman saying what I need to get on top of? Why I need to do all this stuff if I know I ain't?
Cause it 1, 2, and through.
That's what I'm saying. Why would I do that? And you gonna be done in 2 seconds.
You gonna
2 pumps.
And then you talking about you finna go to Pound Town, you finna go to this, you finna bust this, so you're not busting anything. So by the time you bloop, it's bloop.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm looking like you did all that damn talking.
Are you talking from experience?
And then if the woman step out, oh, she a hoe and all that. No, you're not sexually satisfying me. Do you want me to tell that? Or do you want me?
Say that because if the man step out, you would be okay with the man stepping out. If he not getting what he needs,
they gonna try to step out anyway, knowing they 1, 2, and through, and everybody know that they never 1, 2, and
they could be getting what they need and still step out.
And then look at the woman like, why you there with that? Because I know you ain't getting it. I know you ain't getting
Nathan. Absolutely Nathan. Ain't getting Nathan.
Oh, I'm about to say, girl, here dropping
ain't getting Nathan.
Nathan, nothing. Zada Zoop 0. Oh. And then get mad when you find somebody with BD energy. Now they want to cry and look crazy, and I want to go to therapy then, and no, I told you, I tried to tell you before.
What they supposed to do if they only want you though? What they supposed to do with Shannon Sharp?
Okay, this is what you need to do. Find out what incites her and gets her there, and do that first. Then you get your one and two, so she won't be left hanging. Because if you continue to leave hanging, somebody gonna come unhang. Somebody gonna come knock that tree down, and you might be left in the dust somewhere.
I don't even want to get on to the next. Like,
Go on, get on. The only reason why I brought that up because I wanted the women to stop gaslighting these men, saying
self
mastery. Be honest.
Yeah,
be honest. Tell that man
Tell the truth.
you need help in the bed. Whatever I didn't do to help you, we can help each other.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
Yeah. I took my braids out, but don't worry about it. What's that type of good?
Self mastery and 50.
Oh, but I can't say what I want to say.
Yeah, you can.
Hell no. Let me tell you this. Me now, I ain't talking about everybody else, me. I'm not 50-50 with nothing. Because you're not my roommate. See what I'm talking about? If you my dude, you're not my roommate, you my dude. Now if you my roommate, you're not getting none of this. You don't get this coochie. Roommates don't get this coochie. If you my man, then it's no 50-50.
But that
because get cold. Let me get my throat out, my thought out. My thought out. Because what's understood
don't need to be explained.
Don't need to be explained. Nah.
Woo.
But that plays into like what we just talking about, the whole sexual component of a lot of women are like these men not holding up their end of the bargain, taking care of the home. So why would I submit, or why would I even be attracted to you in that way? And
exactly, and that's why I said stop gaslighting and stop doing it. Just be by yourself for a season and let them learn.
They already in a relationship though. They already married at that point. What's supposed to?
Well, I ain't gonna tell nobody what to do, but you better start giving you some free consultations and some estimates.
Free consultations and estimates.
They know
for a divorce.
Yeah, they know what that means.
Even I knew what that means.
You've been with somebody 7, 8, 10, 13 years, and they ain't figured out that you ain't had no nut yet. Oh, Gary, please.
Are you speaking from experience? You said this.
I'm speaking for the women that's frustrated sexually, and then they always want to talk about she this and she that and whatever. Nigga, you this and you that. You got done left disease. Your hairline back to the damn back of your neck. Yo, child. Oh Lord!
I thought you was
and then
your belly done lapped over.
And then she gotta wash your drawers. You still don't know how to wash your ass, and you 75, 50 years old.
Why this?
And you talking about some what shit?
Girl, you take the trash out.
Get your ass up there. Well,
you can't raise up.
No. But what I'm saying is, women need to stop being.
See, that's why we should have had a man on here.
Stop lying.
Yeah.
Stop lying.
Stop lying and stop
Just
doing the
be
gas
real.
Stop lying.
Tell the truth, please.
I'm not man bashing. I'm not man bashing. I will be dating soon. I'll be dating next year. I'm deciding to date next year. I'm not dating right now.
Let the right person come along. Now, would you say you have you where you want to be though?
No.
To date?
No.
To attract the person. This is another thing. Women, get yourself to where you need to be.
It's stuff I want to do.
Yeah, like
it's stuff I want to do professionally.
Yeah,
it's stuff I want to do professionally. I want to be in my profession stuff first before I meet somebody.
Because you want to attract somebody.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing too. We need to
health.
I will never say lower your standards because everybody has their standards.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't never want anybody to lower it because if that's what you want, that's what you want, Bookie. But if that's what you want, you need to match somewhere in there. Y'all don't be matching at all.
And
y'all be wanting Denzel. And y'all be
and
like,
they are not Paulette.
Y'all be old girl from Friday. Felicia. We ain't doing that. We're not gonna be Felicia wanting Denzel. You're reaching, baby.
They are
You're
not
reaching for the stars. But at that point, you trying to touch the sky. You trying to touch the clouds. What are we doing?
And that's why I'm not dating right now because I want to be able to match that too. Yeah, I'm on one match.
Like, you gotta match what you want.
No, what I'm saying is I want to be able to match all the way down.
Whatever you want,
yeah.
Whatever I want to be able to.
Like y'all be wanting up here and y'all be down here.
But they think they up there.
And that's another
they come
issue.
from their gaslighting. So I told the women, stop.
Okay, so that goes to show for men too. Y'all need to stop gaslighting some of these women too.
Yes,
y'all be making some of these women feel like they at the top of the food chain when they really at the bottom. Like it just don't. It's not. Y'all be making them feel like they sharks when they really little guppies, and I don't like that for y'all. That don't work for me because then they come to somebody who really is like that and they get mad because they don't get the results that they expected to get, or they feel like they better than somebody and that person outdoes them.
Right.
I deal with that a lot more than I should. So I need y'all need to get that together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cause Shorty be dumber than a box of rocks, and she thinks she Albert Einstein. I don't like that.
That's why I said it.
She don't be having the common sense God gave a billy goat, and I don't like that for her.
But you know what? A lot of women, like on social media and stuff, they be mad because men choose that type of girl. I don't be mad because if that's what you want, more power to you.
More power to you.
Because get what? I ain't got to worry about you. Thank you.
But don't come back. Once that's what you choose, that's another issue. Y'all tend to choose something, right? And then it don't be what you think it's gonna be. You be thinking you're gonna get a bag of Jolly Rancher jelly beans, and you getting them off-brand jelly beans with like
So when she go home, she got to take off everything.
Yeah, she take off all that, and then she look like a deer or an alien. E.T. Then you got E.T. Then what you gonna do? You woke up next to E.T. What you gonna do then?
Stay over there.
Yeah, just like I just really need y'all to
stay over there.
Just stay where you at. Like don't come back. Once you choose E.T., stay with E.T.
Okay? Well, y'all women all that makeup and stuff, and then y'all be gaslighting.
And push her in the pool. What you want me to do? What you want me to tell you? I don't know. Walk around with wipes. I don't know. Carry makeup wipes. I was about to say, let's not go there because some of y'all men be out here with them fake hairlines. One swipe and that thing is gone. So don't
Beijing,
them waves, all that. I could just swipe that off.
All that is enhancement to enhance what you already have, but you got to have something to enhance. You see what I'm saying? And what she talking about is already having that something. So you don't really you can enhance, but you ain't got to do like what you ain't got to be beat down every day. Because when you take that, when you peel that damn face off like Mission Impossible. What you look like out of there. Do you see what I'm talking about?
So you ain't doing no fixing.
No. Never in my life. No. Hell no.
Where we at in society these days?
Hell no. I have never done 50-50.
I have never.
Never.
Oh, that was a man. That was a man.
And I don't have to. And women don't have to neither.
That's why I said this society though, they think we do, and these men, this generation of man has
Women, let me tell you, so a woman can change that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
If women would say, you know what, I'm not doing it, and close them legs. Ooh, Jesus.
a lot of
The power,
A lot of this
the
stuff
power
will be
that you
changing.
behold is insane.
A lot of this stuff will change.
Whew.
like that whole
Matter of fact,
conversation.
I love to change.
That whole conversation, men be like,
That's what they say.
what's the purpose of me getting married? What women really don't bring nothing to the table. Honestly, it's all about us. At the end of the day, we pay for everything. They rely on us to protect the house, pay all the bills. So honestly, why is marriage good for me? Like what
Men have a longer life. A woman help a man get to his purpose. A woman help a man with a whole bunch of stuff. And the things that a woman help a man with is you can't explain them.
Mm-hmm.
See, those are things that you can't explain.
Because she in the shadows. She doing all the work behind the scenes.
She doing in front of the
and
scene.
In front
too.
of the scene, yeah. Sometimes she put herself in the fire.
She helping you make deals and ain't said a word. Just being there with you.
Just being there.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the whole discussion these days that a lot of men are having. This whole marriage is really not a benefit.
I tell you what. Just stay single. Them that saying that. Stay single. Don't date nobody for about a year.
Like don't have no one. Yeah.
Keep them big headed children where they lay.
Stay single.
Don't bring them back
just
out.
See how far you get without being married.
Let's
just not date and not do none of that. And let's see how far you buy your coochie, because I know you're gonna buy it anyway. And let's just see how far you get without being married. Cause get what? A man, he the one need to be married. Women don't need to be married. Mm-mm. The Bible even tell women.
What that mean?
The Bible tells a woman to respect her husband. And he tell the man to love the wife. But the woman don't supposed to do nothing but respect her husband. Go back and read it.
That's what some men say. Though they say that the best thing a woman can give them is respect.
That's come from the Bible. Because respecting him gives him his placement. You feel like he's a man. It gives him his manhood.
Here's the thing. I can respect you when you deserve said respect. The issue is y'all want us to respect y'all acting like Tinkerbell. I'm not respecting Tinkerbell.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that. Okay? Mm-hmm. Y'all want us to respect y'all while y'all sit up on the couch playing Call of Duty. I'm not going to respect that.
Nah.
While I'm coming home from being on my feet.
Well, nah. That's why I said women need to stop doing that. If women would stop that and let a man be a man, like what we did, I'm 78. I was born in 78. I'm 47. In my generation, men had to be men. Mm-hmm. Point blank, period. Mm-hmm. We ain't have to talk about it because you know. Mm-hmm. You asked me to pay a bill. You mean you done gave me the money to go down there and pay it? You didn't ask me to originate it. Oh, it was understood. And all of them generations, all of them tell you they men. Mm-hmm. They even say, what's wrong with the men today? Because these men have not had those opportunities.
We did a switcheroo. Like the women are the men. I feel like the women are the men now.
Women need to stop
working, slaving.
Not stop working.
Well, no, I'm saying
what we need to do is achieve and get our stuff and doing what we're doing anyway. Like what we're doing. But don't let no man move in with you. If he want to marry or whatever, he established the place for y'all to stay. If you have to bend to come, keep your stuff and bend just a little bit to be able to and see how that gonna go for a little while, then you do that. But let him provide that stuff. Let him be a man,
please. But that those stay-at-home moms. For my stay-at-home moms, I love that you have decided to stay home. Oh my, I love that so much for you. Find you something to do.
Yes.
Get a
Always.
business.
Always.
Get a part-time, a work from home.
School.
Just look at me and hear.
Something.
Open your ear. Hey, turn on your listening ears as I tell my children, because I need you to hear me and hear me good. Find you something to do.
Something
Stop
to do.
relying on these men to provide strictly. You want them to strictly just. Let me tell you, because when that divorce comes, and guess what? He done found him a really great lawyer to make sure that he get to keep all his shiny things, right? And you and your children are on the side of the road with a help me feed me sign. That's a problem.
Like since Spencer said we were saying Nana, she know people.
I know people, yeah.
She know people that's
That's going through it right now because they were stay at home. Didn't just rely completely on the husband. Do not. I love that y'all. Oh, my husband. You could do that. Like I'm not saying you don't have to. I'm not saying you don't have to enjoy the luxury. Enjoy it, but have in your mind, okay, if this goes wrong, I got backup. I got backup money. I got this whole backup plan. Just make sure you got a backup plan.
What Tyler Perry say?
Cause y'all be so reliant.
Women will take out of that account and put it.
Yeah. When they start taking, do that if you need to. If you need to take a little lump sum, like $100 here and there, stash it somewhere. Girl, do your thing. But just make sure that you got something. You got a rainy day fund, something. Because the last thing I need is for y'all to be in the rain with your kids on the side of the road. Because that is a possibility. These movies, they don't be showing that to y'all for nothing. Like, pay attention, open your eyes. It's real. It happens every day. People, I have a friend that's going through that now.
What type of man is that?
That's my thing, though.
To let his children.
That's the thing.
To the point where he pushing her out now. Like, she got to get out, like, expedited. Like, she has to find her somewhere to go right now because she don't want to be with him. That's it. That's his only reason, because she don't want to be with him anymore because he's abusive, he's manipulative. He yells to the top of his lungs at her now. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's drinking. I don't know what he got going on because she won't delve into how bad he has been. But just the details, seeing the bruises on her, that's enough for me to believe everything. So with that being said, y'all have got to save yourselves. When you are in situations like that, get out as quickly as possible. There are shelters, there are places that can help you. Trust me, it may not seem easy, but it is an easy one too. Go to the police station. There are hotlines you can call. Just get help, okay? Do not stay in situations like that. But moral of the story, have some money. Have a get out plan. Because let me tell you, Kaylin ain't never getting in no situation like that where she's just staying home, working home, and she ain't got no money on the side. It's dead.
And on that note, have any final thoughts?
But would piggyback how what Kaden said. Don't let no man beat on you and you got to lay there and sit there and be with him. No.
Nope. No. Don't ever
belittle and manipulate it. No. You can always do better. Always do better. You can always get some assistance from somewhere. And don't let your kids see you in that type of environment because they're going to think it's normal. No. Ooh. Let me get off that because I'll be there got into that. Yes, cut me.
Yeah, we gonna cut y'all.
So we're gonna have to put our boots on the grind.
Put our boots on the ground. Again, this ain't just no 2-day thing. This is because we can always continuously have these conversations. If y'all want to hear us talk about something,
you can add me on the video on this.
What you talking about?
No, you can't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I say, we're going to have continuously have conversation. This ain't no two-day thing. This ain't it. If y'all want to hear us talk about something, comment on here, DM. I'll put our socials on the description. But thank y'all so much for tuning in on my stream here, on yours that you're gonna post later on. Again, like I stated, my mom's show. Don't say show because, like I told her, as a producer, if you got clips and stuff, you know she mentioned him multiple times. She heard somebody say, "Tell me," so we can put that in him. This is a show. This is a show. We working it. We learning. But to end off, again, this is my mom show Mastery, where self mastery is always the topic, and we go off onto that and different things. This is the KT1 Broadcast Network, all things like sports. Make sure everything done before you try to have fun.
And stop gaslighting these 1, 2, and 3 men.
Thank you. Stop lying.
Good, you know. And yeah,
Tell the truth, shame the devil.
No, cause we'll be in here for another hour.
we'll be here for the hour. Stop telling he good when he ain't. Amen.
She got to be speaking speed. Make sure they go off.
Ah.